Hi all. First of all, let's get acquainted with the interface of Excel. So here, as you can see, we have a fresh worksheet here. I'll come to the definition of what a worksheet is and everything. When you open the Excel, this is how it looks, what I meant to say. Now, these horizontal lines that are running from side to side, like I am highlighting 1, 2, 3 and so on, these are called rows. And the vertical lines that are running from top to bottom, like A, B, C and so on, these are called columns. Now pay attention. At the intersection of each of these rows and columns lies one cell where we can input our data. So here we can refer to this highlighted cell as A1, as we have selected it on 8th column and first row. So this is, we refer as A1. Now again this is at B2, like we have selected the B column and second row. And this would be D4, like we can see the 4 one gets highlighted and the D gets highlighted. So this is how the reference names of these cells are taken out. And these placeholders of data are the smallest units where in Excel where we can input our data. Now down here you can see there are various tabs, like we can create several tabs by clicking on the add sign here, and again by right clicking on them we can see that there is this delete option. We can delete by clicking on right clicking and then selecting delete, and remove the sheets. We can again add them as many as we want. We can again remove them as many times as we want, and so on. And we can also rename them by right clicking or by double clicking on the sheet name and editing the name. Like I would like to call this as blank because there is nothing written here in this sheet, so I'd call it as blank sheet, and then press enter and this would be called a blank sheet. And this area above the sheet is called the ribbon. It is the ribbon from where we can select, the various functions and tasks that we want to perform on our data, that we can select from up here. Like here we can see the format option in the home button. In the home function there is insert, and on clicking on insert we can see that we can get table option here. We can insert a table, we can insert a picture here, and so on. We will run through these all as we come to our next classes. Now what a worksheet is. While working on Excel you will often come across the term worksheet. Each of these tabs which I showed you contain a worksheet. Like this is a worksheet, blank worksheet is a blank worksheet, sheet 5 is another blank worksheet, and data is a worksheet where we have some data of some names and some sales figures. So this is also a worksheet where we have some data. If I want to enter some formula here, I will come down to the formulas and everything later on. If I come here, if I try to write a formula here, like for example sum between 2 and 5, this is an example. Don't worry, right now I will come to these things at latter part of this course. When we do this, we get 7 here, and when we click on this or double click on this, we are able to see the formula that runs behind getting this figure of 7. So that's all for today's class. Let's meet in the next class. Thank you.